Please stand by for the John and Gordy Morning Show. Phone lines are open right now. Call or text 608-879-8255 or use the free Civic Media app. And now, live from the Civic Media headquarters in Madison, Wisconsin, here are John and Gordy. We're truly sorry.
If the megas can get away with it, why can't we? You know? They're out there to hurt people, and all we're trying to do is just pass along the message.
Yeah, we're here to help everybody.
Yes,
we don't want to hurt anybody.
Yes, that's it. That's packaging it in a way that sells,
spinning it. Yeah. Good morning.
All right. Well, hey, good morning to everyone out there today.
Happy Wednesday, John Peterson.
Yes, it's the third day now, past my birthday. So
we're still celebrating, though, all week long.
We're still thinking about it.
Yeah.
And my wife's birthday as well. We can't forget that. She had her birthday on Tuesday.
We didn't mention that yesterday, did we?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you do anything special?
We went to the movies and saw Superman.
How was it?
The new Superman from the Warner Network, the DC Universe, and my family just loved the movie. Just loved it.
You included?
She wants to own that movie now.
Really buy it?
That's how we decide whether we like a movie or not. We're going to buy the 4K version of it. Yes, indeed.
Boy.
You know, we're tired of depending on reruns or streaming networks to play these movies. We're going to have the movies ourselves, watch them when we want to watch them.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have them forever.
So you liked the movie?
I like the movie, yeah.
Big thumbs up?
Well, it kind of a thumbs up, yes.
Kind of.
Why
not,
kind
not
of?
a big thumbs up.
Really?
I'm a little jaded now with all of this stuff, but sometimes I don't think you really need to explain a lot about Superman. But that's what they did in the movie. There were kind of, little background things that they mentioned. I'm thinking, no, we know Superman. This is like, if you're going to a Superman movie, you got to have some information already.
Did they have a Lois Lane? Did they have a Jimmy Olsen? Did they have Perry White?
They did.
Yeah?
Yeah, Perry White was played by a black guy.
Huh, okay.
And Jimmy Olsen, cute character, interesting character. I liked him.
Yeah?
Here's the thing that I just loved in the movie, and I was laughing out loud in the theater at the time. In fact, my wife was too. I have a Kraken. I have a Border Collie.
Right.
A little over 2 years old now. Completely uncontrollable. Not like the two previous Border Collies that were male. This is a female, and boy, completely out of control. Yeah. We have tried. We're really good at training Border Collies, but not this time. Mm-hmm. And every time, once in a while, we sit around the house, we're thinking, yeah, she's a good girl. She's a good girl. And then we kind of, we slant off into going, well, she's not that good. And I guess she's not a really good dog. So we say that. Well, she's not that really a good dog, really good. Yeah. And then Superman said the same thing about Krypto.
No kidding.
Krypto.
In the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wasn't really a fan of Krypto, huh?
No.
Oh. What did the dog do that was so...
Could you check and see what the dog's name is? I can't... It's not Krypto, is it? Because
I
it's
don't know.
The crypto coins. That's what I'm thinking.
It is crypto. You're right.
Okay.
It is crypto.
All right. I feel uncomfortable.
Exactly right.
I feel uncomfortable saying crypto. I'm just going to let everybody know I don't like saying crypto. It is a con. It is used by thieves.
Okay.
But okay. Anyway, Krypto is a CGI dog in this movie, and it is just as cute as hell. It is completely out of control. It is just like my Border Collie.
Really?
Power.
No kidding.
So yeah, it's amazing. And when they said it's not really a good dog, we just broke up because that's how we describe her.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was great.
So good movie and a big thumbs up from you.
Not a big thumbs up, but a thumbs up nevertheless.
Moderate thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Was it in focus?
Oh, yeah.
How was the sound?
I forgot to mention
Okay.
that the sound was good.
Okay.
It was Dolby,
Yeah, whatever the latest is.
You get any popcorn? No.
Whatever.
Any food?
Yeah,
Any...
how's the popcorn?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a big problem in our family.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
We can never get one of our Gen Zers out of the house on time, so we're always kind of really late. Even though we're still in the preview section, the previews are still up.
Yeah.
But we never get there in time to stand in line to get the popcorn. We get free popcorn because we're members of Marcus Club. So we get the free popcorn. We just never make it in on time to stand there and get the damn popcorn. And we mentioned that last night. Can we ever get here early just to have the popcorn? Now they're complaining to me that they're not getting the popcorn. They're the ones that are at fault. I'd take the popcorn any day of the week. I'd get there early if I could.
Yeah. Well, you have enough cars now. You could all drive separately and get there when you.
Yeah. This is insane. 3 cars? Who the hell am I? Oh man.
So, did you take the new car last night to the movies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to try out the back seats where the kids sit.
Okay.
They liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very comfortable. What a comfortable car.
Did you drive it here this morning?
I did.
Oh, all right. Well,
I actually saw it for the first time because
Yes.
yeah, John got locked out.
we
so
should run out and take a picture.
I left my card, my key card for the door in the other car, the Prius.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful. I mean, I have it on high tension. I don't know what they really call it, but
High tension?
What you can set the car to generate a lot of electricity with a little more higher tension or friction. So when you take your foot off the accelerator, it really slows down dramatically because it is creating more friction in order to create and generate electricity.
Yeah.
Charge the battery. I got here on like 4 miles worth of energy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's pretty good.
And you can accelerate quickly.
Wow. Yes, can I?
Can you?
I
Can you peel out? Have you tried that?
I've not tried that. Do you want to try that?
I'd love to try that.
Not yet.
See what happens.
Well, I'm rethinking.
What is
Giving you
that?
a chance to get behind the wheel.
What does that mean? Peeling out? What is that?
Oh,
Oh,
I'm a
wow.
Gen Zer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every day. It's-
Peeling
From a dead stop, slam on the accelerator and it squeals the wheels.
Oh, it's like a
You're
donut.
peeling the rubber off of the wheel.
Okay. So
and
it's like a
peeling
donut.
out.
You're doing a donut?
Well,
No,
You
peeling.
want to go straight.
You're straight.
Oh, you're just going straight.
You want to
Yeah.
like a drag race.
a drag
okay.
race.
Okay, yeah.
kind of a
That makes
thing.
sense. That makes
And,
sense.
and they used to actually peel rubber off their tires.
That's right.
Wow.
Before we had good tires.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. All right.
wrapping rubber bands around the tires just to make it a few more miles. All right. Well,
Okay,
anyway.
so here it is.
There you
It's
go.
Wednesday. A little bit later on, we're going to be visiting with Mike McCabe. He'll be in talking about his new article on Substack. And then Judy Davidoff from Isthmus
Yeah.
will join us a little bit later.
Interesting article, her editorial
Yes.
on public radio.
I know it. Well, there's a big vote coming up before the Senate on public broadcasting and
Well,
funding.
Yeah. I mean,
And,
basically, they passed that bill.
Right. But
Yeah.
there's some special fund. There is another
They're going to
funding
have another
thing.
vote on it.
They're having another vote on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. On public broadcasting.
I don't know why, but they're going to have another vote. I
It's
hope it loses this time.
Well, supposedly there's some
But-
GOP senators that may vote for.
No,
You know,
no.
that's what they always say, right?
Mhm, yeah.
There's a few holdouts, and then they go ahead and pass whatever it is.
Well, we want Native Americans to have public radio out there. And,
right.
And you know what? They're going to compromise and not have that.
Well,
Well, they're going to stand up for the Indians.
yeah, for the Native
and,
Americans.
and
yeah.
that's not going to hold up
Yeah.
after all.
Well, we'll talk about that and much more with Judy Davidoff
Yeah,
when
yeah.
she comes in. And all right. And weather-wise today, well, we're seeing a little sunshine, but
Well, yesterday was pretty nice.
well,
I
today's a
thought it was
different
pretty
day.
nice.
Yeah, it's going to be very warm, very humid. And we're going to get some showers and thunderstorms. Looks like this afternoon, and highs in the mid 80s. What does your Samsung WMDX watch tell us as far as the current temperature? I have 70 degrees officially.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
From Charlie Shortino. Yeah.
Yes,
he
it is
calls
70.
me up every morning and
It
tells
is 70 degrees. High around 85 and a low tonight around 60.
Okay.
All right.
That's perfect.
But yeah, thunderstorms are in the mix for this afternoon.
That's right. But still, the sun will set at 8:34.
Okay. Set your chronometers. Okay. So, what else have we got cooking today? Dom, let's get to what is it
It is
today?
Yes, we have what is it today?
What's going on with is it a thing or not a thing?
We're
No,
just-
that's somebody else's thing.
We're just gonna go with it. How about that?
What-
It's would you
Which
rather?
is would you rather?
Bob from McConamowoc mentions, John, it's called regeneration when you lift your foot off the accelerator in your EV.
Regeneration.
I'm getting it, man. I'm getting the lingo.
Okay.
I appreciate it, Bob. I'll try to remember that. Great
Okay.
help.
All right.
right.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
Would
Bob.
you rather?
Would you rather? First question: would you rather have every outfit you wear be slightly itchy or slightly too tight? This is a tough one for me.
Slightly too tight. Can't handle the edge.
Yeah,
I
I got to
would-
go along with that.
I would be the opposite. I think I would
Really?
be. I would rather have it slightly itchy. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't know.
Really?
My shirt, the John and Gordy shirt right now. You
Yeah.
know, I just, sometimes.
Is it itchy?
Sometimes I think that's
Is
my
it?
own fault. I put it in the wash and then kind of
What did you do to it?
I also cut the tag off. I like to do that. I don't know why I do that.
That may be the point.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
The tag off.
Yeah, I just don't like the feeling of tags.
Well, sometimes the tag does itch a little bit, and if
Yeah.
you cut it off where it isn't really, really short, it has little barbs on it, and
Yeah.
it still itches.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
why did I explain that? Send me home
I don't know.
now.
Okay.
All right. Second question: would you rather eat a whole raw chicken or drink a coffee cup full of slugs? I gotta go to bed sooner.
Oh God.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just
Stay up way
I'm
too
bowing
late
out of
making
both of those. Are you kidding
I'm
me?
uncomfortable.
There's not a chance
Well-
I'm picking anyone.
I'd rather eat the whole chicken. Just you didn't put a time limit on that.
There's
So,
yeah, you can yeah.
So you could really, you could space it out throughout the day and night.
Yeah, it could keep you a couple days even if you want.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would drink a coffee cup full of slugs. Though.
Ah.
That would be my choice.
Really?
Yeah. Yep, probably.
I'm not gonna drink slugs.
We might be tasty. You never know, right? It's a good source of protein.
I think.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Next, you got another question?
Yes. Third and final question: would you rather be covered in fur or be covered in scales? The sigh by John. Is
My head
crazy.
hurts. I'm just
I guess fur.
I would do fur too.
Yeah.
Fur is easier. Yeah, scales just would be
Although it'd be
comfy.
hot and sweaty all the time.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah,
Terrible.
you have to breathe through your mouth.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
cool off
Right.
through your mouth.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Very
just
good.
I'm going to
That's
have to get this regeneration. Lift your foot off the accelerator.
Is that really what it's called?
Yeah, it's
Regeneration?
regeneration. Yep. Yep.
When you lift your foot off the accelerator of an EV.
Yep.
Regeneration. Why?
I have it set at the highest level of regeneration. So,
I have no idea what you're talking
all
about.
right. Well,
Okay.
you'll find out.
Explain it to me.
You'll find out when
All right.
you get behind the wheel and,
Okay.
and try.
I'm going to try peeling out
Driving
right on
one.
State Street.
You can't. Turn on a state.
See what happens. There's nobody out there. Nobody's cops anywhere around here.
Yeah, but there are pedestrians that you could kill. Ah,
Get
forget
out of my
that.
way. 19 past. Just getting started on a Wednesday with John and Gordy.
92.7. 92.7.
And dance to you. Sing it now. Get up off of that thing and dance to you.
23 minutes past the
Yeah,
hour.
we're going in the morning.
Okay. Settle down. We've got sunshine this morning, 70 degrees already, highs in the mid-80s. Look for rain and thunderstorms. Might want to grab that umbrella as you head out. Check your windshield wipers.
They're okay.
This portion of the show brought to you by Madison Hearing Aid Center, 4706 Cottage Grove Road in Madison. They offer fast and flexible appointments, helping people change their lives. Their goal is not just selling hearing aids, it's improving the quality of life through better hearing. You can start out by taking an online hearing test at their website, MadisonHearingAidCenter.com, then set up an appointment. Give them a call, 608-249-4077. That's 608-249-4077. MadisonHearingAidCenter.com.
All right.
Okay. So what is happening on this Wednesday morning?
I'm glad you asked. I was just checking the latest news here, and this is this. I cannot understand how the Supreme Court is reacting to the request by the Trump administration. Oh,
sorry. We're really paying attention to you.
I know. No one cares anymore what I say.
We just got a text that's kind of funny. I'll read it. It's from my neighbor.
You want to say it? Just say it. Just say it.
Yeah, it's from my neighbors. They live 2 doors down. No offense. It's first of all, it says hi.
Yes.
No offense, but we would rather you go back to what happened in history or anything else. Just asking for other listeners.
People, not reviews on this.
Now, everybody hated the National Day calendar by the time we, deep sixed it.
Well, it seems like we were saying the same things every year.
Yeah. But now you're getting a little blowback on Would You Rather. So how does that feel, Don?
See, I always wanted to just take a quick look at the National Day calendar just to see if we were missing anything.
Right.
We should be talking about like Donut Day. Everybody wants to know about Donut Day because it's an excuse to go out and buy donuts.
Right.
You need excuses to do these things, and National Day calendars often give you that excuse to do what you want to do.
Well,
Kind of break down that wall.
maybe we could combine the two somehow.
Well, maybe.
I mean, right now it's AI Appreciation Day.
Is
It
it?
is
See, we
AI.
missed that.
Yeah, we missed it.
That's new, and we didn't
AI
have that last year.
Appreciation
Yeah,
Day.
this is. I mean, I guess they do. Yeah, they recycle. They don't
added
recycle all
that.
the time.
Oh man,
Wow.
we are missing it. Well, maybe your neighbors have a point.
Maybe
here,
we
Corey.
just maybe we skip out on it, or maybe we just go for one question. Who knows?
Oh, I don't know. I kind of
think we're
enjoy it a
okay.
little bit, but
So National
maybe
AI
not
Day.
though. Your neighbors don't like it.
Okay. What are we supposed to do on National AI Day? How do we appreciate AI?
Just make some AI thing up.
Really?
Now,
Okay. They're saying AI started way back in 1950 when
Oh.
Alan Turing published Computing, Machinery, and Intelligence. So,
well, I guess you could call anything that has some form of intelligence AI.
sort of computer.
I don't know if I would do that, but
Okay.
somebody else might.
All right. Well, we're not going to do the National Day calendar, so let's move on.
You're putting your okay. You know what? That's your neighbor. As far as
It
I'm
is my
concerned,
neighbor.
you
I got to deal with them.
you're going out on the limb. You do your thing, man.
I don't want to piss them off because they'll come over and take the beads off of my gazebo that they gave me from New Orleans.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
want
not
that
good.
happening.
You don't want to lose those beads.
Finally got it nicely decorated.
Well,
So nobody's ever seen it, but me. But okay.
okay.
All right, back to-
so, they brought it up here,
What?
and the AI thing,
Yeah.
AI Day. Now, here you can't appreciate it if it's used in a way that you can appreciate, but in other ways it isn't something you can appreciate. Remember, we tried creating a John and Gordy jingle. They didn't work out real well.
Yeah, the jingles didn't sound great.
No, sometimes they had a good idea in them, but it was just really still irritating because it sounded AI-ish. Now, there's a song, right? It's the Trump Epstein Files song that we saw yesterday. I think the video is really cool. It's a great dance number, kind of a 30s dance movie-ish
Can we play a little bit of that?
video. Well, could we play it?
Yeah, let's play.
Let's play a little bit of it here.
Have you heard the good word? Trump's gonna get it done. He'll release the Epstein files on day one. The libs will cry when those names are exposed. Trump's gonna see that justice is imposed. What's that? Oh no, he needs a few months. He wants a case airtight, no bumps. His AG Pam Bondi says files on her desk, and MAGA's got binders they can attest. He's releasing the files to catch all the pedophiles. Never met Epstein or touched any teen. He's draining the swamp with Epstein's name off screen.
Okay, there you go. All right.
What's the name of it? Does that have a title to it?
Yeah, that it is Trump's Epstein Files song. You'll get that on YouTube. It's called "Releasing the Files," but I think you use all of that and you'll get the video.
Yeah, that just came out yesterday.
But here's the thing, we listened to it, we watched it, and the video is kind of fascinating.
Yes.
But I played it last night for my
Gen Z
sons,
kids.
my Gen Z sons.
What did they think?
And they hated it.
They
thought
hated
it
it.
was awful.
Why?
They couldn't even stand it.
Really?
They don't like AI at all. They're not
Wow.
tolerating it.
I mean, the video is very impressive, I think.
I thought it was really impressive the
Yeah.
way they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyway, it's just a Gen Z perspective on
Mm-hmm.
it.
29 past. When we come back, Idiocracy right on around the corner on John and Gordy in the morning.
Sorry, MAGA friends, it was all just a myth. He's releasing the files to catch all the pedophiles. Never met Epstein or touched any teen.
Lakeshore Drive, the road is calling. It'll take you up or down. From rats on up to riches, 15 minutes you can fly. Pretty blue lights along the way help you right on by. And the blue lights shining with a heavenly grace help you right on by.
Good old Lakeshore Drive in Chicago.
Man.
Love that town. I love it.
Love that drive.
Yeah, it's a fantastic drive.
Yeah, it is.
And an incredible song. And this is John and Gordy in the morning, by the way, on WMDX 92.7. Check us out on the Civic Media app anywhere in the world. And you can text us or voice note us as well. But, you know, that song, when it appeared in Guardians of the Galaxy, it freaked me out, completely freaked me out. I just thought, wow, this song has made it. It's one of my all-time favorite songs.
It's terrific.
Yeah, it's great, too.
Phone lines are open, too, 608-879-8255. We're seeing bright, beautiful sunshine this morning, but we'll get more clouds and some showers and storms on the way this afternoon. Highs in the mid-80s today. Right now, 70 degrees, and it's going to feel kind of muggy all day long.
Boy, I wish they'd stop talking about the Epstein list. You know, I just wish they'd stop talking about it.
They're not going to stop anytime soon.
No, actually, I don't want them to stop talking about it.
Yeah.
It's about time. You know, we heard about this list for years.
Exactly.
They ran on this thing.
Right.
And then they take it back.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing there. Don't worry about it. Well, Jon Stewart had a comment about that.
Okay.
He's back again, and this is what transpired on The Daily Show. Let's listen.
This guy's been talked about for years. Are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
Unbelievable? You guys ran on it. Remember this?
We need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing.
This Epstein sex ring operation, I'm not letting it go ever. Ever.
Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are. And that was before the Trump administration took power. And by the way, they were still hyping the Epstein files after they took power.
We have flight logs, we have information, names that will come out.
President Trump has given a very strong directive, and that's going to be followed.
So people can expect actual movement on this. It's not just empty promises.
Oh, Donald Trump doesn't make empty promises.
All right.
2 of his wives and 10,000 unpaid contractors disagree.
That's right. So that's part of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's going to stop talking about this.
No.
And but Trump said yesterday, well, you know, go ahead and release the files that have credibility. You know, he told Pam Bondi, you know, it's up to you now.
Yeah.
So he
passing the buck. They tried to blame Pam Bondi right away and dropped it in her lap, but then she, you know, never backed down on this thing. So now she's getting tips from Trump on how to handle this thing, and it's so ridiculous. It's so pathetic.
Yeah.
We know that Trump is on the list 1,000, 100,000 times, and he is hiding it.
But, you know, the whole thing is credibility.
Release what you want, but nothing with my name on it. Might as well have said that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Yeah, they're going to clean up that list.
Yeah.
Before they release anything.
Well, you know, why?
You know, yeah. It's just making it worse. Just release it. Let it go.
Well, it wasn't just the Epstein list. You know, I mean, you could extend it to the fact that liberals and woke people were grooming children for sex, right?
Right.
I mean, they went
sex
they
trafficking.
went well beyond the Epstein list, and they used all of that to attack their opponents. So now they're backing down, and they want us to just forget about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Not going to happen.
No.
Not at all.
We got to come up with a little X-Files-ish sounding intro about the Epstein list.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
We have to do that because we're not going to stop talking about it. Not one bit.
Good.
Well, now that we're done talking about it.
For now.
Let's move on to the next subject.
Turn the page temporarily. We'll get back to the list.
Okay, I started bringing this up, and this is just blowing my mind. I don't know what's happened to a couple of the more liberal justices on the Supreme Court bench. they are going along with the right-wingers.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I don't get that at all.
And again, this is probably on the docket.
The shadow docket.
The shadow docket, and they don't give a reason why. And the only person giving a reason why they're dissenting is Ketanji Brown Jackson. She's very outspoken on this, and they're acting like, well, she's a little uppity. You know, that's the language. And you know what? It bothers me because she is the one speaking truth to power.
Yes.
In all of this.
Absolutely.
And the Supreme Court, I don't know if you've heard about this, but it was an 8-1 ruling allowing, and this is just outrageous, allowing the president to proceed with reducing the federal workforce on his own. He can do it without Congress.
Right.
And you can't do that. You can't usurp the power of the Congress. You can't do it. And Ketanji Brown is saying you can't do this. She's trying to get this message out there. Please, will somebody listen to me? You know.
Well, that's it. Yes.
And she says here, well, the court stated because the government is likely to succeed on its argument that the executive order and memorandum are lawful. Why would they succeed in that? And because of the factors bearing whether the grant or this stay or not, we're going to grant the application to allow him to do whatever he wants to the U.S. government by executive order. This
they've just given up.
Completely blows my mind.
All right.
Ketanji Brown Jackson is saying, let me see here. This is her comment. At bottom, this case is about whether that action amounts to a structural overhaul that usurps Congress's policymaking prerogatives, and it's hard to imagine deciding that question in any meaningful way after those changes have happened.
Exactly.
So we're making the changes. It's not part of the Constitution. They're just giving it to them, and we've got two liberal justices on the bench going along with this.
Yeah, I don't understand that
I think
at
this
all.
is the second time they've gone along with something like this.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You know, we've got the voice in the wilderness, Ketanji Brown Jackson, saying something about it, saying what we all think out here in the hinterlands. I mean, we're not law professors. We don't know the law, but we know the Constitution says that Congress has this particular power.
Exactly. We'll have to discuss this with Jim Santel tomorrow. This should be at the top of the list.
This should be right at the top of the list.
He'll join us tomorrow
Yeah.
on the show.
Well, that's just outrageous, isn't it?
It is. It's crazy.
All right. Well, speaking of judges and justices, a candidate to become a federal judge is refusing to reject the idea that Trump should serve a third term. Principal Associate Deputy Attorney General Emil Bovee submitted a questionnaire to a Senate panel in order to be considered for a lifetime appointment as a federal judge. In the questionnaire, he declined to deny the possibility of Trump serving a third term as president.
No kidding.
Yeah. It says here, as a nominee in the Third Circuit, it would be not appropriate for me to address on how the amendment would apply in an abstract hypothetical scenario. Wait a minute. It's not so hypothetical. It's not so abstract because Trump has talked about it. He's brought it up. He's talking about ad nauseum.
Yeah, the third term, that went into effect after FDR.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So it was a long time ago. I mean, it's been established.
Well,
it's in the Constitution.
They're
now.
looking at it
It's an
as
amendment.
though if it isn't consecutive, that he can serve another term.
Well, that's crazy.
Well, you know, who knows, right? Who knows? Oh, man.
So in theory, Obama could run again.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, he can.
Since it's not consecutive, if you want to do that, if you want to go round it that way.
Right.
So.
But we need somebody younger, more progressive to be in the presidential situation. Okay, let's move on to that. Trump administration exposed as liars.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have a call?
Yeah, we do.
All right, let's get to this. This is Mark.
Good morning, Mark. Go ahead.
Yeah, I missed the first part of the show this morning, but have you guys talked about the 500 metric tons of emergency food that Trump has ordered to be incinerated?
No.
Rather than shipping out. I caught that story last night. That apparently it's my understanding when I saw it quickly last night. because I was pretty ticked off when I read it. But apparently, it's sitting in a warehouse in Dubai, and it was originally supposed to go to Afghanistan to feed starving children there, or starving people there. But apparently, Trump has decided that, well, we're not going to ship it out, and now apparently it's reaching its supposed expiration date. So rather than shipping it out, and getting to people to feed them, they're actually going to incinerate it, and it's going to cost us, well in excess of $100,000 to destroy it.
Yeah, that was outrageous. I saw that story too. We were going to have it on the show, but you have just broached that subject. That is 500 metric tons of emergency food aid, enough to feed 1.5 million malnourished children for a week, and it's going to be incinerated tomorrow. Is that tomorrow or today now, rather than be distributed?
Well, it's probably today. I mean,
probably today.
I left a message at Ron Johnson's phone and said, what the hell are you going to do about this? Should actually be screaming bloody murder about that, but of course they're not going to be, and it just shows the heartlessness and just complete. I don't know.
I know it's
lack of humanity.
It's just criminal that food is just going to be destroyed.
You know what they're destroying? High-energy biscuits intended for children under 5 living in war and disaster zones are currently being stored in a warehouse in Dubai. The sheer scale of waste is unprecedented. Despite repeated assurances from the administration not to eliminate food aid, U.S. warehouses around the world currently house 60,000 tons of food, including peas and cereal, originally bound for famine-stricken Sudan, which the administration is now unable to deliver, even if it wanted to, after gutting USAID and firing logistical experts. That's what the story says. So.
There you go.
I know. I saw this story too. My heart just dropped. I can't understand this. This, just the story alone would sink a presidency.
Right.
Would normally have sunk a presidency.
Yeah.
This is just another story.
And the fact they don't have a choice now that USAID doesn't really exist anymore.
It doesn't exist. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that somebody should just disobeyed Trump's orders and just said we're shipping it out.
Yeah.
Take the damn consequences.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Mark. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, brothers.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, 6:48. This portion of the show brought to you by Verlo Mattress. They have extended their 4th of July sales event through the end of the month. You can transform your bedroom into a haven of relaxation with their adjustable bed frames, now available at unbeatable discounts of 30 to 50% off. Check out the B9. That's the next level of luxury. You could save a generous $200 on your purchase of that. Check it out at Verlo.com or stop in at their East Side location or West Side location. Verlo.com.
This is your chance to get an adjustable bed frame.
Yes. Don't miss it. Okay. 6:48, coming right back with John and Gordy in the morning. business
district.
Hello, Judy.
Hello.
Hi, Judy.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
We're doing all right.
Good.
We're doing all right. Hope you're doing okay. We'll get to you.
Yeah.
How much time we got here?
We got about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Really? Oh,
A minute 20.
okay. Well,
So we're going to talk about the.
or I'm going to order a pizza.
Okay.
We'll talk about your article here in a little bit
Yeah.
about public media
Okay.
and the upheaval.
It's pretty appropriate at this time because they voted on it.
Well, and I think they have another. The Senate.
Oh,
Senate.
I actually.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Did they vote on it? The rescission?
There was there's a supposed preliminary vote on it that J.D. Vance was the deciding vote on. McConnell and I can't remember the woman senator.
But I think there's another vote in the Senate.
Like last night, there was a vote?
No. Well,
yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Last night?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to turn mics off.
Goose step mama on the cover chart. Goose step mama taken by and large. While you tinker with some tailor, some a soldier to a sailor. Goose step mama, oh yeah. Goose step mama.
WMDX, John and Gordy in the morning. It's another fantastic day in the capital city, Madison. Beautiful. State Street looks as clean as it ever was. They send the buffers out, and the streets are shiny.
Yes.
I don't know if that's good in a rainy day, but, you know.
Yeah, and the leaf blower guys, I'm sure they've been out there taking care of the
I'm
leaves.
sure they have.
6:53. Yeah, sunshine this morning, but showers and thunderstorms for this afternoon. Highs in the mid-80s. And now it's time for us to check in with Judy Davidoff from Isthmus. Good morning, Judy.
Good morning.
We're just checking on something here. The Senate voted by a razor-thin margin late last night to actually advance debate on a package of funding. This is all about the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and they're aimed at clawing back $1.1 billion previously allocated to the Corporation of Public Broadcasting, and there's some other provisions in there. But so they're going to continue the debate, apparently, on this.
Right.
At least for now.
I see that now, too.
So, the whole thing here is based on the fact that media has become so I mean, there's so many media outlets now that you really don't need NPR anymore or federal funding for it. We can go any place we want for the media that we prefer. So let's get rid of NPR and just, go with all the alternative podcasts and Breitbart and all the ones that people are depending on more now than ever
Joe
before.
Rogan.
Yes, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
So
you had an article in the recent Isthmus here that just came out a few days ago. What's your take? What's your take on everything?
Yeah, after all the interviews that you've done and the coverage you're doing on public radio, tell us what you've come up with.
Yeah, well, I focused pretty narrowly, at least in this column, on the recent cuts at Wisconsin Public Radio. They announced that for, pretty popular, long-standing programs, we're going to be cut, including To the Best of Our Knowledge and Zorba Pastor on Your Health. And, I think some people were kind of shocked, but in talking to Sarah Ashworth, who's at the helm of WPR now, she talked. It's really not just these looming cuts at the federal level. It's also about how people's listening habits have changed. And so, one of I think it was Ann Strange-Champ from To the Best of Our Knowledge, who said, do you know anyone who has a radio? Still, of course, I do,
Yeah.
and I know some people do, but yeah, there are so many people who are just going listening to things online. That cuts into the bottom line of public media.
It does.
Yeah.
It did. I listen to those programs many times. They're weekend programs, and they're just fantastic. I mean, you just can't believe that they would cut something like that. And now, with the possible cuts, the clawbacks of funding, I can't imagine what's going to happen to all of these stations. A lot of these public stations are all through the state, and they cover certain areas, geographic areas that people can't get other media from. So this is really truly an important time in history. This could be it. This could be the way it completely clears out all the public radio stations in this country. It's not all of them, but just
it's very concerning.
Just a few will be left. So
no, I mean, and then there's money for these emergency alerts, that originate at least with public media. It's very, very concerning and very unfortunate because, of course, we get great news reporting out of, both NPR and Wisconsin Public Radio,
That's
as well
right.
as, the others.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the great stories you have in here is downtown Madison fills out. I mean, this is really fantastic. I took a walk down State Street. What was it, 3 or 4 months ago, and a lot of storefronts were empty, but they're filling up fast. 26 new businesses opening up.
Yeah,
isn't that something? Yeah,
no, it's quite a turnaround. I mean, anyone who was around, 5 years ago, the combination of COVID. And, some of the protests that did result in vandalism, stores were boarded up and people, of course, weren't going out during that time. And, there really has been, about a renaissance, but people have been working very hard to get people back in the stores. Foot traffic, tourism is booming. I think the only, I think it's still recognizable, the difference at lunchtime, at least for those of us who work downtown, that a lot of the office workers have not returned. So there's a little bit of a different vibe around the Capitol, I think, around lunchtime.
The store I really miss is that Sacred Feather hat store. That went out years ago.
I thought downtown was going to die after that left.
I love that place.
I know.
It was an institution.
It was. Everybody went in there just to see what kind of hat they could wear, right?
They had a great selection too.
Yeah.
Sad to see that one go. Well, we only have a minute left here, Judy, but I do want to mention there's another article that's really in the news right now. Duplex, the right thing, city officials urge. So there's been some talk on that, and I think they've pushed that forward now.
Yeah, I believe that all passed last night.
Last night,
Yes.
But Judy,
I believe so.
Judy, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
It's a great issue. Another great one.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Isthmus comes out the first Thursday of every month, and that's when we try to talk to Judy right after it comes out. After a few days, and we appreciate her being with us. We'll come back with more of John and Gordy, and in our next hour, Mike McCabe will join us. Stay with us.
Up in the morning at the crack of dawn. Wind has broken. Now the morning sun is shining like a red rubber ball. Woke up, fell out of bed, dragged a comb across my head. 7 a.m. comes too fast, roll out of the bed to that alarm clock blast. It's a beautiful morning.
WMDX 92.7. It's John and Gordy in the early morning hours for you. And we got a text here. Was this from your neighbors?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact, when Lyle Lovett played Overture, he would always go downtown to the Sacred Feather and buy some hats.
Thank you for that fun fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sacred Feather was a great place. I don't know why, well, they just probably had it, long enough. And
they might have just retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And moved on. But
well, they had apartments above
yes,
the Sacred Feather.
Mm-hmm. So, the building's still there. I don't know I don't know what the business is that's in there anymore.
Not sure.
Yeah. Anyway, 7 minutes past the hour. Sunshine this morning, but look for clouds to move in and showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Some of those could be heavy at times and highs in the mid-80s. This portion of the show brought to you by Madison Hearing Aid Center. If you are having trouble with your hearing, like maybe you're on a windy day, you're walking down the street, or you're in a noisy family situation in the restaurant.
Right. Debating the Trump.
Debating the politics of the day.
And you can't hear your friends.
Yes, yes.
Which is good sometimes.
Well, maybe, but really you ought to check your hearing, and the way to do that is get on MadisonHearingAidCenter.com. Check out the free hearing test they have there. And then make an appointment. If you would like to do that, you can call Jim and Sarah. Their number is 608-249-4077. Madison Hearing Aid Center. They are improving the quality of life through better hearing. MadisonHearingAidCenter.com. They're located at 4706 Cottage Grove Road in Madison. They've helped John out. They helped me out. They can help you out, too.
Absolutely.
Check them out. Okay.
I don't know how many people heard about this. El Salvador has informed the United Nations that it holds no legal responsibility for more than 200 Venezuelan men whom President Trump ordered to be sent there at their maximum security prison.
What?
So they don't hold any responsibility. Now, the administration justified their actions by maintaining that they are legally bound by Salvadoran authority.
Okay.
So it looks like they lied about that. And I didn't see the story talked about at all, but I just thought I'd bring it up really quick. Now, we were talking about AI, very first thing on the show. And the MyPillow guy is having problems.
Oh, no.
A federal judge in Colorado issued a scathing rebuke of two attorneys who represented MyPillow guy, Mike Lindell, in a high-profile defamation lawsuit after they used a generative artificial intelligence program to submit a court filing rife with errors, including citations to several non-existent court cases, only to falsely claim that it was an inadvertent filing of a prior draft that they didn't necessarily want to submit, but they accidentally did, which always gives you a lot of confidence in your two attorneys that did that.
What are they?
So,
Mike Lindell.
All right, why don't we go to the phones right now? We've got Joe on the line. Joe, what have you got for us?
Hang on a second. Dom is talking to Joe right now, I think. Or he's talking to somebody. Okay, we'd like to talk to Joe, Dom, when you get a chance. Push the button.
Yes.
All right, Joe, good morning.
Well, I wanted to return to the Epstein situation because why not?
Yeah, yeah. Let's keep talking about it. That's what I say.
Yeah. And I did love the quote from your news break where the announcer was saying, Trump doesn't understand what the fascination is.
Yeah.
I mean, for years he's been beating this drum, and now he doesn't understand what the fascination is. I just wanted to point out the wonderful means of his attempts at misdirection, which is just so wonderful and beautiful to look at. Magicians will talk about misdirection. Well, they'll say, look over here, while they complete their magic trick, in the other direction. And I know he was doing it for years with, for example, the great quote about they're eating the dogs.
Yeah.
a little bit of time. And in terms of Epstein, he's been rolling it out. I mean, the Rosie O'Donnell attack was just hysterical to me. I did love the fact that he described her as, quote, a threat to humanity.
Yeah, that was great.
He's going with the oldies but goodies now.
Yeah. Which should have been, I mean, wouldn't reporters ask at that point, exactly how is she a threat to humanity? I mean, does she have, chemical weapons in her backyard or what? And it's weird how this misdirection is going, because I think he's losing his edge. Going to Rosie O'Donnell, that's a good way to do it. But I think the last one where he said that Obama wrote the Epstein files, bad move, because wouldn't that just generate that, did he really? Yeah. And I would suggest for Mr. Trump that if he's going to do misdirection, he needs to go in a better way. And I would suggest that he somehow, it launches an investigation into Bigfoot. I think that's the way to go to get it.
Wait, that is an angle.
You're right.
That is a great angle.
Yeah, come up with some new stuff.
Yeah, that there's an actual sighting, and they do have actual proof. And they are about to release it. Chrissy Nome has it on her desk, and Pam Bondi is just chomping at the bit to take on this case.
Right.
So my 2 cents. Anybody else has an idea for another big reveal? I'd love to hear what it is. So thanks.
Good idea,
right.
Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Appreciate that. 608-879-8255 is our number.
Yeah, well, this is a weird thing. Larry Kudlow said that Larry Summers says the Medicaid reforms will cause 100,000 people to die. Now, that's what Larry Summers said that.
Oh, okay.
Used to be in the Clinton administration, I believe.
Okay.
And so anyway, Larry Kudlow was talking about that, and he was talking about that with RFK Jr., and RFK Jr. had a response to that. I just thought it was rather interesting. Be ready to maybe pause at any point where I want to say and interject something, okay?
Okay.
This is cut 78. Let's listen.
He's out there saying in the New York Times and elsewhere that the Medicaid reforms, the eligibility reforms for able-bodied, will cause 100,000 people to die. I mean, I think that's an outrageous claim, Secretary Kennedy. What's your take on that? Can you fight back on that?
First of all, there's no cuts on Medicaid. There's a diminishment of the growth rate of Medicaid, which is bankrupting our country. And by the way, the national debt is also a social determinant of health. If we're leaving our kids with these giant debts, they can't afford health care. They can't afford good food. In recent years, Obamacare included Medicaid was designed, Larry, for people who were poor, for children, for mothers. And it was expanded during the Obamacare to include able-bodied Americans, and the growth rate went way up. The hospital services and doctor services are no longer available for the target population. This is not a good outcome, and we're bankrupting the states. It is the biggest expense for all of our states. They're all going bankrupt. We've got to do something to fix it. We're not going to cut Medicaid, and there's nobody who's going to die from this.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I think Summers has a very bad case of amnesia, and I'm glad you pointed out the fiscal side of it.
Okay, well, all right. There's so much wrong with that comment. There's so much wrong. First of all, he's insinuating that it's not a good thing to cover more people with health care, right? I mean, bottom line, we're covering too many people.
Yeah,
we're giving too many people health care.
Right.
What? And then because now too many people have health care, there's not enough doctors and hospitals to take care of the other people who need health care. Now, wait a minute. There's no section. We're not sectioning off the population here. You know, it's just people need health care, bottom line.
Yes.
So no, there is no if there's a shortage, then we need more hospitals and we need more doctors. We don't try to cut back on the amount of people having health care. And we don't use healthcare, just like going shopping. We go to a doctor or a hospital because we need care immediately. And it's usually in the emergency rooms.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of the situations a lot of people find themselves in, they need the emergency room.
Yes.
You really can't depend on a doctor's appointment at that point because it's a couple of months away.
Right. Well, and that's the other problem is you can't get preventative health care because you can't afford it. And then it turns into an emergency situation because you weren't able to afford getting preventative health care like you should.
Or they kept you from getting health care.
Yeah, yes.
They kept making it more difficult to get health care. So he is so wrong on every possible level with what he said. And by the way, we're talking about preventable deaths here. I looked this up just to find out what Larry Summers was talking about. Recent research and analysis suggests that cuts to Medicaid and other proposed changes could lead to a significant increase in deaths, potentially tens of thousands annually. One analysis suggests it would be around 16,642 preventable deaths per year due to proposed Medicaid cuts impacting 7.6 million people losing coverage. So that's the estimate. So yes, there's going to be preventable deaths taking place in this country. And again, preventable. We don't need to see this happen.
Right.
All right. And I've got this interesting cut here. This is Ali Velshi. And we don't have time for that, do we? No, we don't. All right. Well,
we'll get to that.
It deals with that. We can get to that after our next break here.
Coming up in about 15 minutes, we'll be joined by Mike McCabe. He'll talk about his latest Substack article. And Mike will join us after the news break at 7:35.
I still have RFK Jr. in my sights here because he wants synthetic food dyes out of the American food supply, right?
Okay.
But one of the nation's most recognizable candy giants, Mars, maker of M&Ms and Skittles, isn't playing along. Mars confirmed it will continue using synthetic dyes in its candies.
Really?
They're rebelling. They're going against it.
No kidding.
Their reason.
Wow.
People can freely buy cannabis, THC products, alcohol, and cigarettes. But vibrantly colored candy is an issue? Give me a break, the National Confectioners Association spokesperson said.
Oh, that sounds like a fun group. I'll get together and talk about candy and cotton. Yeah.
But RFK Jr.'s team sees it differently. The concern isn't just the color, they say. It's the cumulative exposure. And by the way, if it's cumulative exposure, you don't eat candy every day all the time. So cumulative, I wouldn't say that's a big problem, right?
Well, it might be a problem for kids, because they love candy.
They don't eat candy that often.
Well, okay. Yeah, hopefully
sporadically,
they don't.
They get into grooves. They buy something for a week and then they move on to something else. So.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, we got a Gen Zer in the other room. Dom is saying, yes, that's the way I live my life.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah. I eat a bunch of candy, then next week I don't touch it anymore.
Okay.
See?
It comes and goes. Yes, it comes and goes in waves.
Good. And there's nothing to worry about. Okay.
Well, thank you. Thanks for bottom lining that, Gordy.
Sure. So it's interesting that they're fighting back, though, and just saying, no, we're going to use it anyway. Screw you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Mars. Mars candies.
19 minutes past the hour. We're going to check in with Brittany Merlot, get the latest on these thunderstorms that are headed our way this afternoon. Next on John and Gordy in the Morning.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs.
Hope you're having a good morning. We're going to find out what the weather's going to be like in just a few moments.
Yes.
A few more stories, too.
Yes. Hey, you can win a Brewers game day with John and Gordy. That's right. Did you watch the All-Star game last night? Anybody?
Well, you
Crickets.
watched it.
I watched a little bit of it, but I didn't stay up for the ending of it.
The ending was
They have a new bizarre way to end.
Bizarre thing.
When they have a tie at the end of the ninth inning. Yeah. Now, for All-Star games only.
Yeah.
They have a little mini home run derby thing happening. It's like, okay, now we're going to do a completely different contest.
That's right. Underhand pitches.
Yes. Just toss them up there and see who hits a home run. And, I don't know how they end it.
It doesn't make any sense, does it?
But anyway, you could go to a Brewers game. The Cubs and Brewers are going to have a game on July 29th. It's a Tuesday evening, but it's an early game. It's an early start. It's like 6:40. And you could be a part of it. You can get a couple of club-level premium seats and go to the game and sit next to us at the game. What a thrill. What an amazing day and evening this will be for you.
I know.
I was thinking maybe we should put our winners between us. Because you and I don't want to sit next to each other. We do that every morning.
Yeah.
So we would be the bookends, and they would be in the middle of the
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
And the drinks and the food are on us, thanks to Downdren's Distilling. They're our sponsor for this, Downdren's Distilling.
They could pass food to us, right?
Sure. And Dom's going to be with us, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You're going
that's the plan.
You're going to go get the food for everybody.
Okay.
You know that's your duty?
I didn't know, but I had.
You don't
guys
have to
were
pay-
insinuating that yesterday, so
Yeah, you're going to be our gopher guy.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate that.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So enter the contest. Just go to WMDXradio.com. That's WMDXradio.com to enter to win. We'll draw a winner real soon, so you can make your plans.
I'm
okay?
loud. Just be aware.
Oh,
I
boy.
shout an awful lot
you
at
know,
baseball games.
Yes, I know. You're out of control. Okay.
I'm shouting at the people next to us. That's normally what I'm doing.
All right.
We
have Brittany now.
Yeah, we've got Brittany on the line.
Good morning, Brittany.
Hey.
Maybe some thunderstorms headed our way later today, right?
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, it's going to be a hot and humid one first, and then we've got those storms hitting probably around 2 o'clock or so, and they could pack a punch. Looking at high winds possible, maybe a tornado too. We saw some pretty strong severe weather yesterday up north in those woods. Ashland was flooding, Stone Lake was flooding. There's so many things going on. There was actually a tornado warning in towards Park Falls as well. So as that exact front makes its way towards us and the system itself shoves in, that's when we're going to see that going on. So from about 2 to about 9, expect showers, storms, heavy rain at times, a good half an inch, but we could see a quick 1 to 2 inches. It is possible. It does want to hit more of the Fox Valley, but that's not so far away. So the chances are still pretty close to us. So the good news is, though, is the front does cool us down. Highs tomorrow only at about 70.
Yeah.
No kidding. Wow.
Tomorrow's going to be a great day.
It's going to be beautiful.
The start of a great weekend, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. We stay refreshed and in those cooler temperatures the entire weekend, too. Flirting with about 80 degrees. Not too much humidity until the end of the weekend. And, it's looking pretty good.
Cool.
Looking at your studio right now because we're watching you, on Facebook and YouTube and everything. You have some new microphone gizmo there in front of you. What is that? What is that thing?
I've had a morning. That's what that
Really?
thing is. This is a
Is that
replacement.
your backup microphone or something?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
okay.
It is. I know. It's all in the way, but it's okay. It's working.
It
No,
looks
it looks
like a
very-
rocket ship. It's
Yeah, it
pretty
looks
cool.
very high tech.
Very, very retro.
Ooh, I like
Yeah.
it. It does. It
All
is
right.
retro.
It is space age.
Okay.
Hey, Brittany, I've heard that you are going to the EAA at some point in time. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am. I am so
You
excited
go
about
every
it.
year, don't you?
I do. I camp it out the whole year, and this one is going to be pretty crazy because an active weather pattern. So I'm going to have to survive a lot of
Wow.
rain and storms this year.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, her acrobatic flight plans are always fantastic. Yeah,
I'll still get a few loops in, I promise.
yeah that's
You
what
think
I'm
so?
assuming.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Maybe a ride in the blimp. I'm working on it.
All right.
Okay. Brittany, thank you for that update.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
And we'll watch out for those showers and storms later on today. Okay. We're getting a couple of texts here. Somebody was asking if there's going to be rain on Saturday. That's because Coldplay is playing at the stadium.
Yeah, that's right.
What's the name of that place?
Camper.
Camp Randall.
Is that
Brain
what you're
fart.
talking about?
Yeah, over that way.
Yeah, Camp Randall.
Pointing over there, like you guys know it. Okay. Yeah, Camp Randall, that's Coldplay. He's probably asking about that. I think it's going to be okay weather-wise.
Well, we have a question from Deerfield. You might want to just...
How to enter the contest for the Brewers tickets. Yeah, once again, just go to WMDXradio.com. That's WMDXradio.com. And look for the banner that says the Brewers Game Day with John and Gordy. And you click on that, and that will take you to the Enter to Win page, and then you fill out a form and send it to us. And who knows, you could be going with us. Actually, we're going to meet you at AmFam Field. You'll provide your own transportation, but we'll provide the tickets and everything else, the food and the drinks. So that's the way that works.
Sounds like fun, doesn't it?
WMDXradio.com.
I can't wait.
I know. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm a big Cubs fan. You're a big Brewers fan. Your wife's going to go along. She's a big Cubs fan.
She's a big Cubs fan.
Yeah.
The seats are really good, too. Club seats. That's
club level, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Oh, they're great seats. Yep. Mm-hmm. And you're going to go, too, right, Dom? You're going to bring somebody.
I'm not cheering for any team. I'm just cheering for the wonderful sport. How about that?
Oh, come on.
Maybe
you grew up in Chicago, but you're a White Sox fan.
Exactly.
So you're really going to
I'm cheering for the Brewers. I'll cheer for the Brewers.
Yeah,
that's
you got to
what
pick
it
a
is.
team.
Well, a lot of times I get my steps in walking through the stadium. I'm a little antsy, and I really just have to get up and walk around. So I
Nothing
get
wrong with
steps
that.
in going up and down the stairs.
You walk all you want.
One
We'll
level
enjoy
to the
the
next
game.
level. That's what I do. That's what I'm all about. And if the listeners want to come along,
you just stroll around the stadium.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. All right, 29 minutes past the hour. We're coming back with Mike McCabe next on John and Gordy.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. How's it going? Can you hear
Good.
me?
Yep, sure
Nice.
can.
Perfect.
Yep, that's just fine.
Okay. All right.
The Wisconsin landscape is lit up by a million shining stars. I am traveling up the Edens to the land of the under 21 bars. I'm going to Cheeseland, the Dells in Door County. I'm going to Cheeseland.
WMDX 92.7. It is John and Gordy sitting here in the morning.
7:35. We're seeing sunshine this morning, but the clouds will roll in. Maybe some rain and thunderstorms this afternoon. Some of those could be strong with some heavy downpours, too. This portion of the show brought to you by Burlow Mattress. You can wake up and sleep better on a Burlow mattress. Plenty has changed since they've opened up, since they've opened in 1958. But some things have remained constant throughout Burlow's history. And right now they're having a sale on adjustable bed frames that continues for the rest of July. Up to 30 to 50% off those adjustable bed frames. And they have a lot of accessories still on sale at buy one, get one free prices. Check them out. Burlow on the east side or west side, or go to burlow.com. Okay, Mike McCabe joins us. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
Good to see you again.
Good to be here.
Now, before we get to your latest article on Substack, you mentioned this weekend you're going to your old stomping grounds. Right?
I am. I went to high school in Owen Withee High School, combination of a couple of small towns up there, actually. But Owen is having its centennial. It started.
I wouldn't miss that either, Mike.
Well, but the public library invited me to come up and talk about my book and sign some copies for people. And
Miracles Along County Q.
Yeah. And Owen is one of the communities that the fictional town in Miracles Along County Q is based on, and people there will recognize
some of the
some of the unmistakable places that I write about.
Yeah.
For people who don't know where Owen is, what's the nearest big
it's
town?
about halfway between Eau Claire and Wausau.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
For us, the big town was Marshfield, just to the south. Just to the south. But if you go on Highway 29 across the state, it's about halfway between Eau Claire and Wausau.
So they're big. What is it? Centennial?
It's the Centennial.
Yeah.
So this started out as a logging encampment, and so it's only 100 years old. The city of Owen. It was once the logging was done, and they eventually incorporated, but it's been 100 years now. But they are having a celebration up there, and as part of that celebration, they wanted to bring some high school graduates who had written some books, and I think they've got 3 of us.
Really?
3 local grads who are authors.
And, no kidding.
And they want us to come up and talk about our books and sign copies for people.
Are the other 2 authors also, were their books about that area or about growing up in that region?
I actually don't know about one of them, where his book is set, but a woman who's written a bunch of books was actually was in the military, and she's written a whole series that are sort of military themed, and so I don't think that's based in Owen at all. But she is an Owen Withee High School graduate, and but mine is based in substantial part on life in Owen.
Yeah, it's an excellent book. Miracles Along County Q. Okay, let's get to your article on Substack. Yeah. Boy, this is
kind of hit
this is a real wake up call.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
we're talking about the younger generation at this point. The Gen Z and millennials and their dissatisfaction with what's going on out there. I talked to my Gen Z sons about your article, and I want to kind of get their input. And the thing is that they see what's going on. And they get very upset about it. They're very driven. It's not nuanced like we are when we get older, because we've gone through all of these different stages, and we're looking at the trees instead of the forest. They look at the forest and say, this isn't working out. This isn't going to be good for us. And they're very dissatisfied with what's going on.
Yeah.
Explain.
Well, I start out the article by pointing out that the 2 youngest adult generations in our country are the least likely to say that they are proud to be an American.
Yeah.
In fact, the millennials are showing a lot of dissatisfaction.
Okay, that's great.
The
It's great to hear.
percentage of millennials who say that they are proud to be an American is lower than it's been for a long time. But Gen Z, actually the younger generation than the millennials, the majority, the solid majority of Gen Z say that they're not proud to be an American. They are the most dissatisfied, and it's the lowest percentage in the history of this polling question. It's the lowest percentage of any generation to say that they are not proud to be an American. And I think that just that is a wake-up call. It says that the youngest adults among us are looking at the landscape and saying, this is messed up, and we're not enthused about what we're inheriting here. There's a level of dissatisfaction that is just off the charts. I mean, it's literally off the charts because in the history of this polling question, they've never seen a majority of any generation say, "I'm not proud to be an American." That's just not happened before, and it's happening with Gen Z. And I go on to write about how there's such a striking parallel between this moment right now and the moment of this country's birth, this nation's birth.
Yeah,
right.
When the Declaration of Independence was written, 2 of the 56 signers were 26 years old, and 17 of them were in their 30s.
Wow.
So there were these young people, to the equivalent of today's Gen Z or millennial generations, who wrote about a prince who would not give his assent to laws. And of course, they meant the King of England when they described that prince. But that's how they referred to him in the Declaration of Independence. It just seems to me like this is a really good time for all of us to reacquaint ourselves with the Declaration of Independence, because when you read that list of grievances that they lay out, why they are declaring their independence from the crown, it is such an eerily reminiscent list to this current moment. It's so many of their grievances are echoing in today's
the big anniversary's coming up. Of course you want to familiarize yourself with the Declaration of Independence. And I mean, it's a grievance list. And we can compare that to a lot of things that are going on right now. In fact, it's amazing how a lot of those same grievances you could also apply to today, the Trump administration.
I listed a few of the 28 or 29 grievances that were detailed in the Declaration of Independence.
Let's hear it.
They said this prince who refuses to give his assent to laws obstructed the administration of justice, made judges dependent on his will alone.
Wow.
Deprived many of due process and trial by jury.
Oh, yeah.
Excited domestic insurrections amongst us. He was inciting domestic insurrections. Erected a multitude of new offices and sent swarms of officers to harass the population.
Okay, we've got ICE.
Obstructed laws for the naturalization of foreigners and refused to pass new ones to encourage their migrations.
That's amazing.
Cut off trade with other countries.
Jeez.
And fundamentally altered the forms of their governments.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
quite the list.
That's a partial list of the grievances that they detailed in the Declaration of Independence. And it's so striking how those kinds of conditions are revisiting us. And so, I think some of the older folks amongst us are probably able to divert their gaze a little bit more successfully than the millennials and the Gen Z generations can, but Gen Z's looking at this and saying this isn't working for us, and we're not feeling comfortable or secure in the future that we're inheriting, and so their counterparts 250 years ago said enough of this.
Well, I think it comes down to them also seeing people say that they are the patriots, they're the real Americans, when they're the ones throwing all this chaos into the mix, and they don't want any part of that. They want to see a country that I think that they learned about. They had history in school. They understand it. They had the dreams, the hopes that young people always have, and they don't see that happening, or their hopes and dreams happening with the way things are going right now. And or maybe even their parents are pretty depressed about it, and talk at home has brought them down a little bit. So yeah, it's good to see that they're energized, though. That they're unequivocal. They're definitely driven to make this country better in a different way than what we're seeing right now.
Yeah. Hey, and the upshot of my article really was to say that a lot of people look at the conditions that we have today and see that all as an indication that the end is near, that the American experiment is coming to a close.
Yeah.
And when you look at the really striking parallels between this current moment and what you had in 1776, that's why the article is entitled "The Beginning is Near." It doesn't look so much like an end of the American experiment, but it looks like a new beginning.
A new beginning, fresh beginning,
a fresh start for the American experiment.
And we oftentimes talked about the other book that you mentioned a lot, where there are these stages, and we repeat it every lifetime, essentially.
Yeah, the fourth turning.
Yes, fourth turning
is one of them, and the upswing is another great book that really focuses on these same themes. The phenomenon of generational change, the pattern throughout history of this churn of generational change, and when you see Gen Z, the majority of Gen Z saying we're not proud to be Americans, that means there's discontent that will drive generational change, and so I think in the midst of a very challenging and disheartening and dangerous moment, there is the promise of generational change that I think will soon visit America.
Well, I keep thinking about the 60s, the turmoil that we had back in the 60s, and we had hopes and dreams and flower power and everything, and look where we ended up. The baby boomers didn't leave us a lot. And I'm hoping that these Gen Zers who have this positive attitude, they're going to change things for the better. I hope they don't end up like the 60s flower children who thought they were going to bring peace and love forever to this country. And instead, they've turned on it, and they've created what we have now in the White House, Trump.
Well, if you do look at the fourth turning, though, the 60s was not one of those transformational moment, or the Phoenix moment where institutions sort of crumble, and then out of the ashes rises a new order. It was a moment of great optimism, which was followed by sort of a descent into cynicism, but I think what we're witnessing now is much more like that. The crumbling of what was, and out of those ashes will come a new order.
Yeah.
We will continue with Mike McCabe on John and Gordy in the morning in just a moment. Stay with us.
We can change the world. Rearrange the world. It's time to get better.
Yeah. WMDX, John and Gordy in the morning.
7:52, showers and storms later today. Some of that could be heavy. And highs in the mid-80s. This portion of the show brought to you by Madison Hearing Aid Center, 4706 Cottage Grove Road in Madison. They have fast and flexible appointments. Check out their website, MadisonHearingAidCenter.com. You can take a free hearing test there. Then call them for an appointment, 608-249-4077. They are changing lives by offering better hearing. Madison Hearing Aid Center, 4706 Cottage Grove Road in Madison.
You won't miss all the little comments about you and your love for freedom in this country and your hate and dislike for Trump.
You'll be able to hear
You'll be able
that.
to hear all of the comments and be able to respond to them in the way that you want. And that's what AI technology is all about.
Okay.
All right. Now,
Thanks.
let's get to, we're talking about Gen Z and millennials dissatisfied with the way things are going right now, but also they're angry about the fact that their parents, the adults, aren't necessarily too concerned about their future, Gen Z's future and millennials' future. Let's talk about that. You brought that up in your article. I thought that was a fascinating approach to it because that is kind of what's going on here.
Well, yeah, I mean, Gen Z's concerned about a lot of things, economic insecurity,
buying a house.
Yeah, exactly.
Having
Whether
kids.
they're going to be able to get the kind of employment that can support a family, pay a mortgage, buy a car, supply a family health care, raise kids, pay daycare. You know, they're feeling pretty insecure. But I think the thing that probably weighs on Gen Z as heavily as anything is just that feeling that the geriatric leaders of this country in the halls of Congress and in state legislatures and in governor's offices and in the White House just doesn't hear them, doesn't seem to care about their concerns, doesn't really relate to the challenges that they feel that they face as a generation. And that's probably what more than anything has them saying, you know what, I'm not proud to be an American, and I think that's probably the root of it, is just this sense that you don't get us and you don't even seem to care about what the future holds for us, and that makes them feel even that much more anxious about what tomorrow might bring.
And what you just said also can be related to the fact that they are allowing churches now to take a political stand. And not ruin their tax-free exemptions.
Status, yeah.
So that is an amazing thing, because if you become angry with a political point of view, you also take in that religion. That religion is suddenly part of that.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any coincidence that Gen Z is one of the most secular generations that America has ever seen.
And this will push them even further away.
There's been a real disconnect between church and the younger generation. You go into churches and they are incredibly gray.
Yeah.
There just aren't the young families there anymore.
Now, there's also a militaristic aspect to this, because we're seeing a lot of military out in the streets. We're seeing the ICE agents, the National Guard, even, the Marines. All of this is out there in our communities, in the farm fields of our nation. They're all over the place, and it's probably going to get worse now that the big bad bill has allowed more funding to go to these departments. So what we're going to see now is more military out there. This is a completely different complexion to our country. I never saw anything like this, and it's very frightening, because we're not that kind of country. We're going to see military people in the streets roaming the sidewalks and the communities. That's a scary issue for me.
Yeah. And, one of the things I hear in response to all of that, I hear an awful lot from people my age that, well, why isn't Gen Z rising up then? Why don't they vote in large numbers? Why aren't they out there in the streets? Why aren't they protesting?
Yeah.
But, I think one of the best thing we can do for Gen Z is to listen, and instead of talk at them. We should just listen, because I don't think they relate to politics the same way that we do, and I don't think you'll ever see them marching in the streets and chanting and demonstrating and carrying signs, but they're definitely engaging in political insurgency on TikTok and on Instagram, and they've got their own tools, and there are tools that have yet to be invented that they will begin to take and use for political purposes. I think it's one of the reasons why there's an effort to try to shut down something like TikTok. They say, well, there's so much inappropriate content on there, and we should just ban it.
I've always thought that, by the way.
But you know what? There's also it is also a way that generation is finding its voice.
Yeah, communicating with each other.
And I think we've almost forgotten what it feels like to be a teenager or an early 20-something. You're trying to find your voice. You're trying to figure out your place in the world, and that's what they're doing. But I think there's a whole lot more political energy there than older generations can see.
I think so too, and I'm hoping for the best.
We got to leave it there. You can check out Mike McCabe's Substack blog every week, and also check out his book, Miracles Along County Q. Mike, have a good weekend.
You too.
Back around your old stomping grounds there. It should be great. This portion of the show brought to you by our friends at Verlo Mattress. They are continuing with their 4th of July sale through the end of the month. You can save all kinds of big bucks on their adjustable bed frames, up to 30 to 50% off, and up to $250 off their most luxurious mattress. Check it out. Verlo, 2 locations, east side and west side, or go to verlo.com.
And I just want to thank Nancy from Illinois for her comments about the baby boomers. I agree with you on that. And also, I believe Megan in Sun Prairie, similar comments about the millennials and the baby boomers leaving a worse situation for everybody.
Tomorrow we'll talk to attorney Jim Santel about the Supreme Court. Also, Tim Slecker. Have a great day.